Welcome back to Nick Lenz, Comic Corner Classics as Non-Classics. This is episode number 1363 and Doubleshot number 1357. I have one Marvel trade, one DC trade. This first one, I mainly got this one because I did not know when Apollo basically was going to get this on their app, so I figured I'll get the book. Basically, the book itself is not that expensive. It is Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 11, Last Remains. Yes, believe it or not, this is the second big story that Nick Spencer built up over the course of 2 years. Yep, this took up issues 50 to 55 this run. Though there's a post-mortem that comes right after this, the aftermath of this, which is actually not in here. Now, in this particular story, and the big thing about this storyline is that we reveal who the Kindred is. And it's Harry Osborn. Yep, Harry Osborn's the Kindred. Now, how the heck did he become the Kindred? Apparently, is explained in here, that apparently he does remember what happened in Amazing Spider-Man number 40 that came back in the 60s, and Amazing Spider-Man 97. You're thinking 40 to me. This one's 40? Oh no. The original 40. The one that Stan Lee and John Reed Sr. did. The one that Spider-Man figured out that Norman Osborn was the Green Goblin. Oh yeah, and also the same year basically wiped away Norman Osborn's sin. His evil. Yep, that's pretty much what he did in here. And then Harry Osborn did something absolutely disgusting. He digs up a half a dozen graves. Whose graves did he dig up? Oh boy. You even want to see this, I'm like, really? Why the heck would you, this is revealed in issue number, I think this is issue number 52. The third part of the story. Yeah, it's revealed he dug up the graves of, and this is a shocker, to say the least. Let's see. He dug up the graves of George Stacy, Jean DeWolf, Marla Jameson, Flash, aka Flash Thompson, Gwen Stacy, and Ben Parker. Oh boy. And of course, Peter gets ticked off at Harry for doing this. Of course, he doesn't know it's Harry at this point. And he proceeds to beat the living crap out of him. Because the man's a grave robber. I mean, he robbed the grave of his dead girlfriend, his dead girlfriend's father, his best friend, a close ally of his, and basically the wife of the former mayor of... Like, those basically low blows, but the biggest low blow was digging up Ben Parker's grave. Oh boy, and I'm not going to show the skeletons. I mean, I'm sure people probably have brought this up online. I'm not going to show it because it's kind of disgusting to see these dead bodies here. Now, for one thing, for Flash Thompson, I'm like, okay, the guy was military. Like, I get Jane DeWolf and George Stacy and Marla Jameson being buried in the office, buried in Gwen Stacy, and of course Ben Parker. But why was Flash Thompson buried in a suit? He's former military. Wouldn't he be buried in a uniform? Nope. I guess not. So Spider-Man beats the crap out of him. And meanwhile, though, we have the Order of the Web. Yeah, they form in this storyline. And it's comprised of Jessica Drew, who is not wearing the outfit she's wearing in her current book right now. Nope. She's basically wearing the original attire. We have Julia Carpenter, who's the current Madam Web. She's been Madam Web now for 10 years. We also have Silk. Well, actually made a debut prior to this. Though here's the thing. There's actually two artists in the storyline. You have Patrick Gleason, who does the first 3 issues, and issue 55. Mark Bagley does issues 53, 54. You're probably thinking, wait, where's Ryan Ottley? He left. He left the book. Now, in the case of Mark Bagley drawing these issues, that's interesting because he has a long history drawing the character with Ultimate Spider-Man, of course. Now, the Order of the Web is that, and now the way that Patrick Gleason draws the members of the Order of the Web It's like he gives him very skin tight attires. Oh yeah, and also we have Doctor Strange helping here because it's Spider-Man. You can't be Spider-Man without Doctor Strange showing up because of those theatrical creations. Now, here is basically who's in. Now, the outfits is how Patrick Gleason draws Silk, Ghost Spider, yes, Ghost Spider, Miles Morales, and, of course, Arena. Well, actually, she's Spider-Girl. Yeah, for some reason, the artists draw these outfits way skin tight. Like, more skin tight than they usually are, where basically you can actually see every nook and cranny of their body. Now, for male readers, this is good fan service for them. Female readers, they probably wouldn't like this very much. But that's Patrick Gleason for you. But the guy is one damn good artist. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, apparently, like, here's kind of the thing. You know that thing when Silk first showed up where apparently anytime Peter and her are near each other, they have to basically, like, have to make out and have sex? Well, apparently other writers have basically forgotten about that, or they just basically just ignored that, because here's Silk standing quite near the Peter Parker, and they're not doing it. Nope. I think there must have some drug or something, because they wait for Serge over so long to do this. So there's a lot of stuff with, well, Doctor Strange. We have appearance by the Black Cat, and yes, Patrick Gleason makes her outfit very skin tight. Yes, and Mary Jane's here too. Oh yeah, by the way, the Kindred's after her for reasons. Yep. And at one point in the storyline, we actually have, get this, we have Spider-Man die. Yes, he dies for like one issue. Though, I should point out, though, this is the second time he's died. Last time was in a confusing story on the other, though he's brought back. Yeah, and then, basically, the Kendra reveals that he actually is Harry, which, of course, no one figured out right away. And it was like, I don't believe it. It's like, your best friend, Harry Osborn. Yep, and, of course, they fight. And, of course, seeing, like, the Sin Eater. Yeah, that was interesting. Of course, Sin Eater basically has to go to the Order of the Web, which they stop. But the worst of all, he tries to go after Peter Parker's girlfriend, Mary Jane Watson, which I think they had just recently got back to me a couple, which that was a good move in Nick Spencer's part. Now, love this cover for Amazing 55. Yes. And this, I believe, is the finale for this story, for this arc. Yes, it's the finale. Where, like, they sit at a table and have a good conclusion to this. Also, we also have Norman Osborn show up to try to spoil the party because he's now a good guy now because his evil's been removed from his body. So, we apparently Kindred and Norman Osborn defeat each other, and then of course, then we have this abrupt ending where it looked like the Mary Jane's dead, but nope, she's not dead. And it's like, trust me. And that's what the thing ends. I'm like, even reading this, I'm like, really? They don't include what happens next in here? Like, you feel a bit ripped off, basically, when you read this. But that's the last remaining storyline for you. This was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I never had any negative criticism according to the storyline. Not that I can think of, no. It's a well-built-up storyline, and revealing that Harry Osborn was the Kindred, that was something I did not expect. But given his dialogue, yeah, it makes perfect sense for him to do this. But at least he's not Green Goblin again. Yeah. But this is good. Get this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Next up is a book that I did not expect to review again. It's been some time to review this. It is Superman by Brian Michael Bendis. Yes, and back to this book. My friend Tivia lists this run in Lord Action Comics, and I'm going to talk about in a minute as one of the worst comics of last year. Me personally, I like this. I like this book. Now, this is the third volume. This is The Truth Revealed, where Superman outs his real name to the public. Reveals that Clark Kent was Superman all along. Technically, this is the second time this has happened. Though that happened in 2015, I think it was. So I guess 5 years later, this time is actually a lot more better. And the fact that he got a chance to inform people before, Loa just automatically just outed him. Which that's why the book was written. This was actually before the true storyline by Jeff Johns. This is why I'm recommend Bendis, which I at least got to praise Bendis for this. He handles this a lot better. And we have some loose connections to Action Comics here, where it's revealed that Superman finds out that the Invisible Mafia is led by the current owner of Daily Planet. Yep. And the stuff with Leviathan here. But the first thing to start off with here is John Kent reuniting with Damian. And of course, this storyline would also serve as a partial backdoor pilot to the Legion of Superheroes ongoing series by Michael Bendis, which I have read the first trade for, which I actually found to be really enjoyable. My friend Tevye didn't like the series very much because he felt as though this was betrayal of the entire series, and that a lot of stuff was very forced. Me, I like it. But no denying this book is well written, and it's got great artwork, and this book has like 3 different writers on it. Yes, 3 writers write these issues. Probably because Bendis is writing several other books. You see, this book is also co-written by Matt Fraction, Greg Rucka, and Jody Hauser. And a ton of artists. Like, here's the artists for you. Ivan Reyes, Ken McGuire, David Lafine, Joe Perito, Oscar Albert, Julio Ferreira, Mike Gattos, Scott Gudish, Cullen Hammer, Brian Hitch, Scott Lieber, Jim Mathford, Danny Meeke, Mike Norton, Mike Perkins, and Riley Resmio. That's like almost 10 artists. The cover art here is done by 3 artists. Ivan Reyes, Alex St. Clair, who is the colorist, and Joe Perito, who's one of the co-artists of this book. Yep. This book mainly contains issues of Superman volume... I believe this is volume 5, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 5? Yeah, 5. Issues 16 and 19, plus the Superman Heroes and Villains one-shots. Why not? It's not a bad idea to do. But this book I actually really enjoy this book. I give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Now, the thing is, before Superman outs his identity to the public, he actually outs himself to Perry White first, which it's a well-handled scene, and I at least gotta praise the fact that Bendis wrote it really well. Even though, yes, it's not an original idea to have Superman out his identity to the public, but in my opinion, Bendis handled it better than Jeff Johns did. That's just my opinion anyways. At least it's Superman doing this, not Lois herself. Yep. But this was a fun story to read, and I do recommend checking it out. Yep. Especially written by a lot of really good writers, in my opinion. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Also, I should point out, though, that this is actually the gearing up toward the very end of Bendis' run the book. Yep. Though, in the case of trades-wise for Superman, this is the most recent trade release. I don't think Volume 4 was released. I know the Volume 4 for Action Comics by Bendis is not been released yet, but I'll probably get it soon. Yep. I mainly got this one because I'm a fan of Bendis. I like his work. And I think that in the case of his Superman book, it's really good. Like, I've never come across a bad issue of this whole run. Yes, for these 3 trades here, none of them are bad. They're actually quite interesting. There's a lot of reactions to the public about this. You see it from the hero side, and you see it from the villain side about Superman identity public. They also hint about this in the pages of Batman leading the events of Joker War. Yep. But yeah, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for tomorrow for my review for the newest episode of 7 Deadly Sins. Yep, right back to anime after 2 days of no anime. Yeah. And I thought I would have time to do Black Clover tonight, but I didn't have time because I was watching Doctor Who. So, expect to see that review tomorrow along with, 7 Deadly Sins and Blue Exorcist, okay? See you next video. Bye.